to understand the Wedgwood charity, you have to go back to how it all began. Lord Wedgwood in 2000 was in for commercials. He was going to come in and do a speaking engagement. While we were on our round of golf, he suffered cardiac arrest. He was saved on the golf course. He had quadruple bypass surgery later that day at UAB and spent about 2.5 weeks of recovery in Birmingham. While he was recovering, we both agreed that he had lived by the grace of God and that we needed to create some sort of charity as a result of his living. How everything transpires almost like it was divine intervention. Me by happenstance meeting with Floyd Larkin and Robbie Robertson, who had been a dear friend of mine, coming into the conversation, and somehow or another all got together and what we decided that we would do something different, and that thing that was different was that we decided we would put defibrillators into high schools.
We placed the first year 38 defibrillators out into the community, and we were very fortunate to be able to save 3 lives the first 9 months that they were out there.
I remember specifically looking at the clock, and there was only a few more minutes till the bell rang, but then I was overcome with this nauseousness and this lightheadedness, and I started seeing black spots like I was about to pass out. And I remember turning to my friend in an attempt to try to tell her this, and then nothing.
It's hard to believe, but in the United States of America, according to the American Heart Association, 9,500 kids or students under 18 years of age go down with sudden cardiac arrest a year.
There was a substitute teacher in my class. I really, to this day, still feel very bad for her because I'm sure that's not what she signed up for. She called the principal, who then grabbed the defibrillator that had been donated to our school just months before. They brought it down, and then 2 shocks later, I regained consciousness.
We feel like many, many lives were saved because of us leading the charge and putting defibrillators out in the community.
Where we've been up to this point and what we've been putting out is trying to save someone's life. Now it's kind of interesting that we want to get to a point to where maybe we can prevent someone from having to use that defibrillator.
I was 17. I had the world going for me. I had that whole teenage immortality, indestructible thing, but the thing was I wasn't at all. And if I had had the chance to get screened, to have these tests done and known ahead of time, there probably would have been a lot less heartache, a lot less drama.
What we try to do with the EKG screening is that we're going to measure their risk level for having sudden cardiac arrest by identifying these abnormalities. The 2 things that have held up the screening across the United States is the cost of the equipment and also the false positives. There's a new product out called CardioScreen. What sets this device apart from other 12 leads is that it has been fine-tuned for the athletic heart 14 years old and older, and the cost of the device has been brought down so that it is cost-effective. They have brought the false positives down to probably 3% or maybe even lower than that. So far, we have provided devices for screening here locally, and we have screened on the first 585 students. We detected that there were 16 low-risk students, there were 5 moderate risk students, and 5 that were high risk. And so they were taken out of sports immediately, and the physicians feel like they were just a time bomb before an accident happened.
Unfortunately, we lost Lord Wedgwood a little over a year ago. Certainly, it makes us even more dedicated to the charity that we continue this on in his memory, and joining forces with Dr. Andrews and ASMI. It's just, to me, it's just what a great merger of 2 great ones.
The one thing I'm really sad about, I still get very emotional. I remember telling Lord Wedgwood that I was pregnant and him being so happy for me. I really hate that he passed away after that, because it was kind of like a missed opportunity. I wanted him to meet her, to meet my baby.
I know that as we go forward on the prevention side of things, and that we may see a young man out there who may be taken off the athletic field, that maybe somewhere down the line becomes the next Dr. Andrews.